going on YouTube? FitnessKensho here. Today we got another tutorial. This one's primarily for the ladies. As most of you guys know, I dropped already the Lean Gains program for her 1.0 on my website for free at www.fitnesskensho.com. So if you're a lady looking for a program to follow to get fit for the summer, make sure you visit my website and get your copy of that free program. But without further ado, one of the exercises that we're going to do, especially on day 3, which is hamstrings and glutes, is going to be the glute kickbacks. Now, want to do a tutorial on this one because a lot of people, especially, I kind of, just to give you guys a little background, when I look at these tutorials, I'm looking at what I'm seeing in the gym that people are doing completely wrong, or some way where they could tweak an exercise to get the maximum benefit from it. So one thing that I see wrong with this particular exercise is that people are not putting their upper body in the proper position, one, to kick back and get the gluteus maximus and the medius. Now, if we look at the anatomy of the glutes, no homo for the guys that are watching this. So the maximus obviously is the bottom part right here. It's pretty much hence the name. The maximus is the biggest part of the glute, and then you got the medius that is kind of like above here, which kind of connects to the actual lower back. So this movement right here, I like to compare it to, how do I say, have you ever seen those kickback machines that just go straight back? You literally just do this right here. They got them in most gyms. Sometimes you're standing up, sometimes you're leaning back, and you're just going back. Here, think of that as a pressing movement, right? You're just going straight on one part of your chest. Let's say, for example, for a chest movement. Now, when we think about the cable kickbacks, we're thinking about a full range of motion connecting every part of the actual glute. Think of now that as a chest fly, when you're coming out over here, stretching out the pec, and going all the way inside, covering all that area of the pectoral muscle. So that's how I like to think about it when I'm doing the actual kickbacks. I want to get full range of motion from all the way at the bottom, stretching and going as far as I can, all the way connecting up to the medius part of the glute, right? So that's kind of like what you have to think about when performing this exercise. The weight doesn't have to be extremely crazy because at the end of the day, there's other exercises in the program. If you are following the Lean Gains program, it's going to work on mass of the glutes. This one is fine tuning. Fellas, you probably already closed out of this video. You were like, you know what, this is not for me. But before you even do that, slow down and just listen to me for a second. Girls love guys that have nice butts. Believe it or not, I always get hit on at the gym because honestly, I don't skip my glute days. You know, I squat, obviously, but then I have other times where I actually doing my hip thrusts, I'm doing my kickbacks, and you know, women appreciate that. So this exercise is not just for the ladies. So fellas, stop neglecting those glutes, and let's get sexy for the summer all year round, right? So let's do a couple reps here. Let me show you exactly how a lot of people in the gym are actually doing this exercise. It's not wrong, it's just you're limiting your range of motion. It's the same thing as, you know, chest press, and you're just coming up right here. You're not really getting that full pump to the actual pectoral muscle. So I'll do a couple reps here. So I got my little, I forget what they call this thing, ankle, shackle, whatever, I don't know. Clip this on. So a lot of people I see kind of just doing one of these. A lot of women, I see them just kicking back right here, right there. Now yes, it does get the maximus, but it does get the hamstrings a little bit more, right? And then look at the other variation that I see. Standing up right here, and then they're just kicking out right there. So that's kind of similar to the machine that I was telling you about, the glute kickback machine. Again, just getting the maxima, totally ignoring the medius, which is up here that connects to your lower back, right? So here's how we're gonna adjust to do it the proper way. So first, we're gonna get into our strongest position. So we're gonna pretty much pull this thing out a little bit. Stay planted on the foot that is not attached to the cable, right? And all we're gonna do is that we're gonna lean our upper body down. So now, when we kick back, we can actually kick higher than what our lower back is. If we're up right here, we cannot kick high. I can't bring my foot up here when I'm sitting upright in this position. So now coming down here is gonna allow me to do one of these now. So I'm gonna bring my foot up a little bit, and I'm gonna just stretch out the glute a little bit right here, and I'm gonna kick up, back down, up, up, and up. There we go. So as you can see, my leg was actually able to go higher than what my lower back was. You should be able to kick back, honestly. Kick as far as you're allowed to, as your range of motion allows you to kick back. But honestly, when you're doing that kickback, you should be feeling kind of like an arch in your lower back. That's how you know you're gonna grab that medius. It's like if you're doing hyperextensions. When you come down, obviously when you come hyperextensions, you're gonna feel it all in your lower back and in your gluteus medius right here. So that's the main area that a lot of people neglect. And this also contributes to actually the to a well-developed glute, especially for the ladies that are trying to get that look of the roundness. You never want to neglect a specific area of a muscle group. A lot of guys complain about their lagging chest, or let's say, for example, when I was heavier, I did have man boobs. I'm gonna be 100% honest, I did have man boobs. I'll actually put a picture right here so you guys can see. But the man boobs were there when I was about almost 300 pounds. And the one thing that I prided myself was developing an upper chest. Now, the more mass you have in your upper chest, obviously naturally your chest is just gonna lift up. Same thing goes for women. If you guys have saggy tits, again, no offense to anybody who does, but if you are in the gym and you do want to improve, upper chest is the way to go, because it's gonna pretty much, the muscle you build here is gonna lift up your boobs up. I did include a couple of upper chest workouts into the Lean Gains program. Ladies, if you're following the program, do not skip out on those, because they're gonna be very important on the chest, for the chest development. I included some flies just to get the inner part of the chest and the upper chest, so that should benefit you guys if you are having this type of problem where you want to, lift up your breasts, but don't want to get any surgery, because it could be worked on in the gym. Okay guys, so that was the cable glute kickbacks. I hope you guys found this tutorial helpful. Again, I've mentioned this a couple of times. Program does have pictures in order to give you a visual of what the exercises are, but sometimes the pictures don't do it justice, so that's why I'm creating these videos for you guys. I want you guys to get the most benefit out of the workout programs that I created for you guys, because what's the point of me creating these programs if you guys are not going to benefit from it? I'm not trying to look for profit. I'm not trying to look for money. Nobody has to pay me anything for the program. I did this from the kindness of my heart. You guys enjoy the program. Is there anything that I should change from the program? Maybe number of sets is too much, rest times is too little, maybe an exercise you say, hey, why wasn't this in the program? Please, please, please give me as much feedback as I can, because I want to make this program as best as possible for you and for someone else who comes to my website and says, okay, he has a free program. Let me go and download it so that they know they get the best version of that program. If you guys do have a particular exercise that you guys are confused about, maybe you want me to go over it, maybe you guys don't even know if you guys are doing it correctly, please feel free to drop those in the comments below. I read all the comments, and I'll be sure to film that in the next couple of days for you guys. So again, hope you guys liked this tutorial. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Comment, let me know what exercises you guys may or may not want to see in the future, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.